This is a quick video to give you an idea of a new product we have called eNet Manager. eNet Manager allows you to run eNETDNC as a service. In the past, we allowed you to run eNet as a service, but in order to accomplish this, you would have to take 5 little files we had in a zip file, unzip them, put them into the eNETDNC root subdirectory, and then you'd run the batch file, which would put them in there. But it was still not a convenient way to do it because you didn't know if it was running as a service or an application. You'd have to make sure you stopped one before you get the other one, otherwise you get a bind error. Anybody that's used it in the past would know what I'm talking about. It's not the smoothest way of running it as a service. Running as a service is basically gives you the capabilities of not having to be logged onto the computer, but gives you the ability to actually have eNet running on a computer. As long as the computer is turned on but not logged in, it would still be running in background. So in order to run the new eNet Manager, you just have this little install tool called eNet Manager Setup. You just basically have to say install, finish. That's all you have to do. It's very simple. It puts this icon on your desktop called eNet Manager. When you double click on it, it will come up. Now if you have the basic eNet installed, right now it's installed in the startup group to launch automatically, but it wouldn't be as a service or anything. So with this tool, I can see right now it's not installed as a service. So if I hit the configure button, I have the choice of adding or removing it as a service, removing the eNETDNC from the startup group, and removing the eNet Manager from the startup group. So if I'm going to run it as a service, I first would want to click this, and that's all it takes to add eNet to the computer as a service. If I wanted to add a username and password, where that would be handy is if you have map drives that you're using in eNETDNC for your upload-download paths, you'll have to have a user login that has access to those paths. Otherwise, eNet's not going to be able to see those, and you wouldn't be able to upload or download programs. So easy way to do that, you just click in here, put in the username and the password, and say add to login service. And it would actually add it to the logon so that even as a service, it's logging in as that, so that it would always work in the background. And being that I'm running it as a service, I probably don't want to also run it as an application. So I'm going to unclick this one so it doesn't run as an application. But when I do log in, I'll probably want it to log in as the eNet Manager, so this little tool is down here in the corner. So I can click on that and that would come up. So now if I rebooted the computer but I wasn't logged in, eNet's going to be running automatically as a service in background. When I do log in, it's going to come up with this tool down in the corner here to show me that eNet is either started or not started. By default, if you do this, eNet will start as a service every time you restart. So here, if I want to start it, I just click on it, and now it's green. It shows me it's running as a service in background. If I wanted to do anything in, in eNet right now, I could go ahead and download to my CNC machines. If I want to make a change in eNet, so I need to go into the eNet app to configure that, I can just click on Start eNet Application. It automatically stops the service, launches eNet for me as an application. I can go into my configuration and set whatever settings I need to change. Once I'm done, I can close down the eNet, and I can just restart the service. So I can easily see at any time if I want. I can minimize this, call it back up, but it's very easy to see that I have it running as a service or as an application. And if I start the application, it stops the service right away. If I need to go back in and change it, go back to the way it was, it's as easy as clicking that and that to turn off the shortcut for the startup and the service, and I could put it back as eNet starting in the startup menu. So that's it.